this is Chriso, and I am here to display some of the progress that I have made. So, what I've got going on for me at the moment is I've got myself my concept art and kind of stylistic approach, inspiration, mood board, whatever you want to call it. It's based on an old game called Stratego, made by Milton Bradley, and Accolade, published by Milton Bradley. So you can see it's got some of these old kind of cool looking tiles. In recent times they've made 4-player and 3-player versions of the game. But the idea is that you capture the flag. You also have to destroy bombs. I'm basing it off of this old version. So with that, I will dive a little bit deeper into the work that I have done. I've created a bunch of different files, not limited to if it loads. Still thinking. There we go. Characters. It's a simple piece. And a game board. As well as textures using an emissive mask, a detail mask. I've got a UV layout, so when I decide to add some extra bits of information to the back of this and maybe to the front of it, it'll look more interesting. And up at the top I have essentially a little slider of UV map per model, and you will see that in a moment. So I've set up my file structure. I have also added all my content to source tree, aka source control. So as you can see here, I have all of my project files pushed up. I will have to make another push soon, but this allows me to work between multiple computers at once and be able to test on both in the case that I am able to make this a 2-player game, which is currently what I am doing. So as you can see, I have the board. I have various pieces, and none of them are colored. But you can see they have their individual icons attached. Kind of fun. Alright, next bit is I have, for color characters, I have colored variations. So if I were to just drag and drop a few of these onto the board, they would go into the squares themselves. At the moment I have not set up the code to allow myself to put all of them in those spaces entirely, but I will soon, very soon. You can see that I have the players facing back in, with their backs towards each other. So when you play, you will not be able to see the other player's pieces, and when they play, they will not be able to see yours. For the environment, this is just a simple texture. I plan on texturing it up and making it look a little nicer eventually. I have begun working on some of the scripts for my camera, my movement, my pieces, various things like the game manager board, the geometry for the actual playing space. This does include some attempts to make a playable space, but the characters are not set up to be placed on there yet, even though they have all their different attributes attached. So if I go ahead and click play, at the moment I have, that's as close as you can go, and that's as far as you can go. And I have a little bug. But the idea is that you will be able to play and look at the game from different angles. The opposite pieces will be blanked out, so only the player that is currently playing them can see what is on those pieces. So that's it for my progress report. Thanks. Bye.